Buckle up, everyone. We're diving headfirst into the wild world of AI this week. Specifically, all the biggest stories from the first week of April 2025.
That's right. New models, innovative tools, and some serious moves from the big players.
It's a lot to keep up with. So consider this your cheat sheet to understanding what really matters in AI right now.
I think what's striking is the sheer speed of everything. New models are popping up left and right. But it's not just that.
Right.
They're getting so much more powerful. And we're seeing tools that are laser focused on specific industries.
And these companies are not messing around.
No, they are not.
Okay, so let's break down some of these new models. Alibaba is already teasing the launch of Qwen 3.
Coming in late April.
Late April. It feels like they just released Qwen 2.5.
It was not that long ago.
I mean, that's a fast turnaround.
It is.
They're really going head-to-head with the U.S. giants.
They are. And a key part of their strategy is cost effectiveness. They want to make these powerful models more accessible.
Which would be huge. You could really shake things up.
Absolutely. If they can deliver that level of performance at a lower cost, it changes the game for a lot of people. Businesses, researchers, you name it.
Okay, so this next one really surprised me. OpenAI is releasing an open source language model.
Yeah, their first one since GPT-2.
Which was back in 2019.
Feels like ages ago.
It does. And they've been all about those closed models recently. So this feels like a big shift.
It does. Almost like they're acknowledging the rise of other open source models, like Meta's Llama, for example.
Right. And it's interesting that they're actively asking for feedback.
Yeah, that's smart. It could really help them shape the development of the model.
And who knows, maybe they'll win over some of those open source fans.
Maybe, but it's definitely a sign that they're paying attention.
Okay, Amazon just unveiled Nova Act.
Interesting one.
This was designed to actually do things within a web browser.
Like perform actions?
Exactly. Think setting up your out-of-office reply,
Oh.
updating your calendar, stuff like that.
So it's more than just generating text.
Right. It's an AI agent that can work for you. And they're saying it beat Claude 3.7 in web tasks.
So they're going for specialized AI.
Yep. AI that can actually get things done.
Which, let's be honest, is what a lot of people want.
Exactly. Now, over at Google, they're giving us a sneak peek at Gemini 2.5 Pro in their AI studio.
Yeah, they're boosting the limits for developers who want to build real-world applications.
Which makes sense. Those developers need more power, more flexibility.
They do, but Google is also keeping that free experimental version around.
So anyone can still tinker with it.
Absolutely. I think their strategy is about supporting both serious development and just letting people explore.
Which is pretty cool. Okay. For all you creatives out there, Midjourney just dropped an alpha for V7.
Oh, I heard about this.
The big news. Much faster image generation.
That's huge for anyone using AI for art, design, that speed really matters.
Absolutely. Imagine being able to iterate on your ideas that much faster.
Right. No more waiting around for the AI to catch up with your creativity.
Okay. Shifting gears to security, Protect AI did a vulnerability assessment on Alibaba's Qwen 2.5 Max.
Oh, interesting.
And, well, they found some things.
Like what?
Some potential for generating instructions for ransomware, creating deep fakes, stuff like that.
That's a concern.
It is. Now, to be fair, it did better than DeepSeek V3 in those tests.
Okay, so it's not the worst offender.
Not the worst. But it does highlight the need for robust security, especially as these models become more powerful.
Absolutely. And as they become more widely available, we need to make sure they're being used responsibly.
Definitely. Okay, we can't forget about xAI's Grok 3.
That's right. While it's not brand new this week,
It's still a major player.
and that real-time access to X data makes it incredibly powerful.
Oh, yeah. It's like having a finger on the pulse of what's happening right now.
Exactly. It's a valuable tool for anyone trying to understand trends, news, public sentiment.
So let's talk new tools. Avid Exchange just launched some AI agents specifically for accounts payable.
Oh, interesting. What do they do?
Well, one predicts invoice approvals.
Saves you from having to go through them all manually.
Exactly. And another matches purchase orders. They're all about making things more efficient.
And they learn over time, right?
Yep. So they should get more accurate as they're used.
That's pretty slick.
Right.
A real
now,
win for
Minios
businesses.
is doing something really interesting.
Especially those
They've
dealing with a
created
ton of
something called the
invoices.
MCP server. Stands for Model Context Protocol.
Okay.
And it's basically an
What's
open
that?
standard.
Hmm.
It's meant to connect AI agents with data and tools. Kind of. It lets all these different systems talk to each other.
So it's like a universal language.
Right. It's going to get messy without some kind
Makes
of
sense. As we get more AI agents and tools.
standard.
Exactly.
And they're even making it possible to use natural language to manage your storage.
So you can just tell it what to do.
Pretty much. You can use models like Claude or ChatGPT to interact with Minio's AI store.
Wow. So I could be like, hey, find all the files related to Project X.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Now, this next one's for all the researchers out there. The Allen Institute launched AI2 Paper Finder.
Okay. That's useful.
It's designed to help you discover academic papers. But what's really cool is that it tries to mimic the actual research process.
Oh, so it's not just keyword searches.
Nope. It considers context. It provides summaries of relevance.
So it's more like how a real researcher would explore a topic.
Exactly. They're really trying to make it a more intuitive and efficient experience.
Well, that's a big time saver.
Right. Now, as we get more of these agents and tools,
It's a lot to manage.
it is. That's why Solo.io came out with their MCP gateway.
This helps you wrangle all those agents?
Yep. It's a central hub for discovery, security, all that good stuff. And Kong updated their AI gateway, too.
With what?
RAG injector. Yeah, it stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Basically, it feeds the AI relevant data from a vector database.
Why?
It helps reduce those hallucinations, those moments where the AI just makes stuff
Makes
up.
sense. So it's about grounding the AI's responses in real information.
Exactly. And speaking of new tools, ZenCoder released some AI coding and testing agents.
Ooh, this is interesting.
They integrate with over 20 different development tools.
Wow.
They can handle complex refactoring, merges, all that fun stuff.
So an AI pair programmer.
Kinda. And they could even do automated unit testing.
They can write the tests and run them.
Yep. They're all about making developers' lives easier.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Definitely. Now, on the updates
Let's
front,
hear them.
Microsoft 365 Copilot got a bunch of new features. It can now work in Teams calls
Without recording.
without recording.
Oh, wow.
They've enhanced Copilot pages. You can now access web data directly from Excel. There are Copilot agents in Outlook, and OneDrive can even do image analysis
So they're
now.
really baking it into everything.
They are. They want Copilot to be your go-to for everything. Meanwhile, Google's Notebook LM added a Discover Sources feature.
Okay. What's that for?
Basically, it suggests materials that might be relevant to your
So
research.
it's trying to be more proactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Less searching, more finding.
Gotcha.
And Adobe jumped on the AI bandwagon too. Premiere Pro and After Effects now have some AI-powered tools, like Generative Extend. And Premiere Pro
what's it do?
lets you extend 4K clips.
Really?
Yeah. So if you need a few more seconds of footage, the AI can just create it for
So
you.
I can make a 10-second clip into a 15-second clip.
Pretty much.
That's wild.
They've also got a new media intelligence feature that makes searching through clips a lot faster.
So the AI is actually analyzing the content of the footage.
Yep. It's pretty slick.
All right, what about some of the big industry shakeups?
Oh, yeah. Buckle up.
Okay.
Elon Musk just sold X to XAI.
He sold X, his own company.
Yep. It was a massive all-stock deal worth about $33 billion.
Wow. So what's the plan? Merge those two companies together.
Exactly. They want to bring XAI's AI expertise to X's huge user base.
Interesting.
And get this. This deal values XAI at $80 billion.
80 billion. That's a lot of faith in AI.
It is. Now, NVIDIA is reportedly looking to acquire Lepton AI.
Lepton AI they do.
Server rentals.
Oh, wow. So NVIDIA is moving into the infrastructure game.
Yep. And they're also reportedly eyeing Gretel AI.
Gretel AI. What do they do?
They specialize in synthetic data.
Synthetic data. What's that?
It's basically artificial data. You use it to train AI when you don't have enough real data.
Or when the real data is too sensitive.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And Google's Isomorphic Labs.
Their AI drug discovery company.
Yep. They just got a huge funding boost. $600 million.
Wow. They're serious about this.
They are. They see AI as the future of drug discovery.
Which, let's be honest, could be revolutionary.
Absolutely. And finally, Google also decided to replace the head of their Gemini AI model.
Oh, really? Why'd they do that?
You know, it's a competitive market out there.
That's an understatement.
They're feeling the pressure to stay ahead.
Makes sense. So in just 1 week,
Woo!
it's been a whirlwind.
New models, new tools, big money changing hands.
It really shows you how fast this field is moving.
And how much is at stake?
Absolutely. If you're trying to keep up, it's like drinking from a fire hose.
It is. But I think there are a few key trends to watch. the focus on practical applications,
Right. AI that can actually do things.
the increasing accessibility of these tools and models,
More people are going to have access to this technology than ever before,
and of course the competition. It's fierce.
which ultimately is good for innovation.
I think so too, and
That's
forces everyone to up their game. So as we wrap up, I have a question for you.
Okay, what is it?
Out of everything we've talked about today,
All the new stuff.
all the new stuff,
Yeah.
what do you think will have the biggest impact on your own work or even your life?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's hard to say, but it's definitely something to think about.
It is. And on that note, we'll see you next week for another AI Deep Dive.
See you then.